Hey everybody, it's Tony Cottaspati here, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the late night talk shows. I want to show you a comparison of what late night talk shows were like and what late night talk shows have now become, which I like to call hate night talk shows, because it seems to be a lot less about comedy and a lot more about, well, not even just politics, but really more advocacy and real antipathy toward the president. And I totally understand why people might want to oppose Donald Trump's policies, because, you know, policies are choices, and sometimes people don't like the choices politicians make when it comes to policy. But what we're really witnessing now is something that we haven't witnessed to this level before. I mean, it's a real deep-seated hatred. And these shows are no longer really funny, and you'll see what I mean. And I'm sure you've already witnessed this stuff, but I want to kind of bring it out in a video. So here we go.
What else is happening? Last week, or up until last week, the Reagan administration was giving away more surplus cheese in Los Angeles. Were you aware of that, to the needy? That apparently is now ended, is discontinued. And, but they're continuing, the Reagan administration, to help the needy with food. Today they declared that biting your tongue is a hot lunch.
Reagan says he's not worried. The recession is going to go away. He's very optimistic. As a matter of fact, President Reagan himself today opened one of those IRAs. You know, the individual retirement accounts. Figured it out, if he puts away $2,000 a year, every year, he'll be a millionaire by the time he's 112. So it's all working out. Did you see the picture in the paper today of ex-President Jimmy Carter and Jerry Ford in Hawaii? Yeah, they were both in Honolulu, and showed them strolling along the beach, attracting a lot of crowds in a park in Honolulu. Carter was in Honolulu for speaking dates, and Ford was looking for Spain. Carter stopped to watch a native dive off a cliff into Honolulu Bay, and then realized it was Ford taking one of his unscheduled shortcuts. It was also in the paper today that Jimmy Carter is building himself a log cabin in Turnip Creek, Georgia. True, I wouldn't make up a name like Turnip Creek, Georgia. Carter's building a log cabin for a good reason. In case he's born a third time, he wants to do it right.
The president is taking no responsibility for the deficit. He said it wasn't his fault. He came up with the Iron Triangle, which was the news media, members of Congress, and the special interest groups. Iron Triangle is kind of a catchy phrase. It'll probably be remembered by historians a lot longer than you think 1,000 points of light. But a lot of presidents, I'm rushing along here because we have a busy show, and I shouldn't be doing this much actually tonight. We got a lot. All right. Outgoing presidents, for example, like to warn us of things. If you remember President Eisenhower, remember when he was president of the United States? He warned. That was quite a while ago, but it was in all the papers. You must have read about it. And Eisenhower warned us of the. What the hell did he warn? That's right, the military-industrial complex, and Reagan warned us about the Iron Triangle, and Jerry Ford warned us about the third step, going up Air Force One. Remember, who said it? But Reagan, why don't I give up? Because I'm show business, folks. That's right. Reagan actually blamed the deficit on what he calls the Iron Triangle. Now, if I was going to pick a geometric figure to blame the deficit, wouldn't the Pentagon be better? Than a triangle? Whew. Okay. That's about it for me. You got anything?
Mr. Trump, your presidency, I love your presidency. I call it disgrace the nation. You're not the POTUS, you're the bloatus. You're the glutton with the button. You're a regular Gorge Washington. You're the presidents, but you're turning into a real pricktator. Sir, you attract more skinheads than free Rogaine. You have more people marching against you than cancer. You talk like a sign language gorilla who got hit in the head. In fact, the only thing your mouth is good for is being Vladimir Putin's holster. Your presidential library is going to be a kid's menu in a couple of Jugs magazine. The only thing smaller than your hands is your tax returns. And you can take that any way you want.
Stephen Colbert. What can you say, Stephen Colbert? He presents rants like this one to his audience on a nightly basis. There's really nothing clever about Colbert. Anger can be comedic, but the problem here is when the anger is political and just becomes a rant, and the object of a joke isn't really humor, but satisfying some political agenda or frustration in the audience that they cheer for. In the case of Colbert, he just has a very deep-seated hatred of Donald Trump, and his audience is limited to people who agree with his point of view. I mean, why would others care to watch him when their politics and the president they voted for is assailed in this manner every single night? Difference of opinion is not welcome or expected. Colbert fancies himself some kind of a cerebral comic. Well, you just saw about a minute of material from Stephen Colbert, who thinks he's cerebral. Do you agree? Did that look cerebral to you?